Okay, today let's see about Jenkins pipelines. So Jenkins pipeline is nothing but in the previous class we have seen about freestyle, right? So in freestyle we used to configure each thing separately, and we have to combine it in different build steps. But in case if you have to do all the steps using a script, then we can write it in this way. So actually in pipelines we have two types. One is declarative and another is scripted. Okay. So declarative and scripted is that declarative it will start with pipeline. Okay. So and then agent. For example, in case if we are having Jenkins machine, we can add additional nodes to that so that we will be able to run multiple jobs. Let's check this one. So let me log in to Jenkins. Okay. So um, we have something called adding nodes. Okay, so if you come to manage Jenkins, and then we have something called nodes. Okay, you can come here, click on this and add new node. Okay, and then you can give some name, test, and then you can click on permanent agent and create. Okay, so I have created a new node, and then I have given the executors, like how many executors should be running. You can give any number, and then you can give some label, and then you can select launch vssh. In case if you have a separate VM machine created, you can click VM, and then you can give host name and then credentials for that one, and then when you save it will be creating. So how this is useful? For example, we have Jenkins. Okay, so we install it on a machine. Okay, let's consider it as VM. Okay, and then we are building on job. So for example, it has capacity of running 5 jobs. One, two, three, four, five. So all five will be running. So for example, if some new users, for example, this is run by team one. Okay, team one. Now we have team two. Okay, they run few more jobs like 6, 7, 8. When until this gets completed, this will be in queue. Okay, and for example, let's consider we have 10 teams. Okay, 10 teams. So how many jobs will be there? For example, we have 100 jobs. So for the 10th team who have executed the 100 job, they have to wait until this 99 jobs gets completed. Till then they have to wait. For example, if one job takes 5 minutes, then consider like how much time they have to wait. Like they have to wait like almost 4 to 5 hours for running their job. In case if they are waiting simply for their job to execute for 4 to 5 hours, they are like losing lots of time, right? So we have to add additional nodes. For example, we will have Jenkins. Okay, and then we will be creating node 1, node 2, node 3. So if 5 jobs are running here, another 5 jobs will be running here, another 5 here, another 5 here. So at a time, 20 jobs can run. Okay, so at a time 20 jobs can run. By that way, running 100 jobs, it may take just like 30 minutes or so. So it will run so fast. And then we can use nodes for different things as well. For example, we have some Windows application. Uh, because most of the applications will be Linux based, and in case if you have some Windows related applications and it has to run on particular node, we can configure this node with Windows OS, and then it will be used only for running the applications which are required for Windows. So in that cases also they can use. And then coming to the point, pipelines, so we can run it in a step-by-step manner, like all the stages. For example, Git checkout, building using Maven, and then static code analysis using SonarQube. Everything can be done using this pipeline scripts. Okay, and then we have something called scripted pipeline. This thing it will not start with node. Okay, and then it will have, and in node we will have stage for each thing. It is stage, and it is stage. It is stage. But in pipeline we will have stages. We will have single stage, and then we will have multiple stages inside that. It will act as nested loop. Okay, because we will have stages, and inside stages we will have different stage. This is plural, this is singular. Similarly here, everything will be singular, so everything will be configured as a separate stage. Okay, Um, Today let's try to build a Jenkins pipeline and let's see how it goes. Okay, so for example, let's take it up. Okay, so we have this one. We can take this code. So okay, so now let's create a job. Okay, so previously when we created freestyle, we just selected this freestyle, right? Now let's give a name demo. Okay, and then instead of freestyle we have to select pipeline. Okay, we are going to create pipeline, right? So we have to create pipeline and then click on okay. Okay, okay, if you see here, we can give any description you want, and then we have something called discard old builds. Okay, just select this one. What is old build? When we do maven build, actually we will get builds, right? Like it will build jar or var, whatever file it is, it will build. But in case if you want that number of builds which is managed, for example, if you build first time, it will be like build 1, next time it will be build 2, next time it will be build 3. But in case if you don't want to keep all the builds and if you want to keep any specific number of builds, then we can give the number, like how many days you have to keep the builds, or else the maximum number of builds. For example, if you have 10 builds, like build 1, build 2, build 3, and then build 10, we have to keep only 2, like build 1, build 2. Remaining builds should be deleted, because if we have 10 builds, for example, one build is occupying 1 GB 1 GB of hard disk, 10 builds it will occupy like 10 GB. In case if we have organization of 100 members, if 100 members are using creating one build, obviously it will consume 100 GB per day. Okay, so in order to avoid that one, we can keep like this. Okay, 2, so that it will keep maximum of 2 builds. Okay. Mm, and then these things we have seen this polysem, and then building it periodically using cron jobs, these things. So we have something called pipeline. Okay, so we will be defining the pipeline here. So if we try a sample, just if we have the sample pipelines here, okay, just click on hello world. Okay, so it has automatically given us the pipeline. Okay, so what is this pipeline? Pipeline, it started with pipeline. Okay, pipeline will start with pipeline and then agent. So we have talked about nodes, right? Like we tried to create node, node 1 here. So if in case if we want to run this on any other specific node, we can give node 1. You guys understood or not? So if we come here in the manage Jenkins, um, in the nodes, create node, node 1, permanent create, and then just I will give save. Okay, okay, because we didn't give any details, it is throwing error. So in case if we add additional nodes, those will be displayed here. Okay, here it will be displayed like node 1, node 2. So then what you can do, then you can select it as node 1 or anything. In case if you select any, then whichever node it is free, that will be selected and it will run. Okay, and then inside we have stages. Okay, so inside if you see here this colon, if it is opening here, it will close here, it is marking, right? So it is in the stage is named as hello. And then inside stage we have steps, like steps, like what are steps we have to do, those things are there. So here what they are doing, they're just doing shell command echo. Okay, echo is whatever we say, it will come out. So it is hello world. Okay, and this they opened the brace, right? It will go to the bottom. Okay, um, let's save this one. Okay, now let me build on this. So it is success. So let's come to console output. If you see here, it is running, and what is the message? Hello world. Okay, so stage is, it is finished and it is successful. Okay, now let's take the real scenario. Okay, configure. We have the pipeline. 1 second. So let's open this one. Okay, now I'm going to create a new file. Okay, we have this one. Okay, I am creating pipeline. Okay, and then I am doing open brace close brace. Okay, if you see here, when I do this one, it is a pipeline. Okay, when I enter, it is going down, so it has become a stage. So inside this one, what we have to give? First we have to give agent. So agent should be any. Okay, or else in case if you want to run it on specific node, you give the name. So then what we have to do? Then we have stages. Okay, plural. Okay, then you have to write open brace close brace. Okay, then you type enter. So now what happens? Now inside stages we will have multiple stage. Okay, let's consider stage. Okay, so this also should, you should mention open brace close brace enter. Okay, so it should go like this. So in stage we have steps. Okay, open brace close brace enter. You understood the format? So we have pipeline. So this open brace is closed here, and then this stages, it's open brace, it's closed here, and this stage open brace, it's closed here, and stage open brace, it's closed here. Okay, so now let's type echo. So normally in our devops, what will be the first step? First step will be checking out git. Okay, so this stage is done, right? Just what you do, you copy this one. Okay, till where you have to copy? If this brace, if you click here, it is showing here, right? So you have to copy till here. Okay, because we are going to replicate all the stages. So once this is done, click on this. Okay, now similarly you can do any number of times. Okay, so first is checkout, and then next step is maven build. Okay, and then what will be the next step? SonarQube analysis, and then Docker build. And then simply you can keep it as deployment to prod. Okay, so pipeline will go like this. You can write any number of stages. Okay, so it will start with open brace and close brace, and then if you see here, next it will go to stages. It will have it will have stages, and inside stages you will have stage, and inside stage you will have steps. Okay, and then inside step you have to give the list of steps which you need to execute. Okay, this is the common scenarios. Okay, now once this is done, you can use any of the tools. So I am using a Visual Studio Code. You can use whichever tool you want. Okay, once you copy this one, so we have written 5 stages. Okay, now you can delete this thing and paste. Okay, now let's save this one. Okay, now let me build. Okay, there is some issue. Okay, so what happened? What is the issue? In the stage, actually we have to give a name for each stage, because if we don't give the name for this one, it will consider it as same stage because it doesn't have any name, right? This is also like just stage. This is also stage. This is also stage. But I didn't give any name, so we have to give name for this one. Okay. So if you have to give name, you have to do just type like this, and then you can give. Okay. What is the name of this stage? It is git checkout. Okay. So inside git checkout, we have these steps. So normally what command we will give for let's copy this one. So in the second stage we have to give the name again. Okay, so again you keep it like this. So we will get commands like, normally we have to pass it in case if you have to execute any steps, we have to pass it shell scripts or whatever it is we have to pass. Here we are doing just the basic pipeline, how it will look like a structure of the pipeline. So we have to give name for each one. So stages and then stage, and then you have to give the name for that stage, and then steps. Steps is like we will be passing commands. Okay, let's pause this one. Okay, Docker build. Okay, so the pipeline is ready. Now let's copy this thing.
No, it should be in single quote, right?
That is not an
Or
issue.
double quote.
That is not an issue. We can give in anything. Where you have seen this one? That is not an issue. You can give in any quotes. Okay. See, it is successful. That single quote, double quote, Nanaprakash, if you have seen, even in shell scripting, if you have seen any scripts, you can pass any quotes, like you can pass single quote, double quote, or triple quotes.
Okay,
You
okay,
even
okay,
you can pass triple quotes as well. That is not an issue. But
okay, okay,
the main thing is the quote which you start, it should end with the same quote.
okay, okay. It is like a heading for
Yeah, yeah,
each
right.
stage.
Yeah, correct.
Okay,
So, let me give you an example. Like you will be seeing these quotes anywhere, everywhere, right? So, for example, if you are doing echo hello world, it will give hello world, okay? And then even if you give double quote, it should end with double quote. That's it. So output will be same echo hello world. And then we have something called echo. We have triple quotes, okay? In case hello world, and then you can give slash, and then this is devops new class. So for example, we have some command, some big command, and it is coming in 3 lines, okay? Then when we are passing multiple lines, okay, like in case if we are passing multiple lines, then we have to use triple quotes. There double quotes and single quotes won't work, okay? So in case if you have to pass multiple lines, then you can pass it in triple quotes, okay? Okay guys, so if you see here, the build is successful, and what we are seeing, so we are seeing the different stages: git checkout, git maven build, and then SonarQube analysis, and then docker build, deployment to prod. So we have created multiple stages. So let's see by configuring git now. Okay, so in case if you have to configure git, first we have to um, come to configure. Okay, so we have this pipeline, right? So let it be. Now what we do, now we have something called pipeline syntax. Okay, you what you do, you just right click on this one and open in new tab. Okay, so you will get something like this. Okay, so you just come here, and then you search for the git. Now we have to do git, right? If you search, you have something called git. Okay, select that one. Okay, so once you select that one, so here we are going to use this repo. Okay, come here, select this one, and then you can give the repository URL. Okay, and then if you see here, what is the branch? It is main. Okay, don't forget this one. In case if you miss that one, then definitely your job will fail. Okay, you give main, and then here we have not configured any credentials, right? That is fine. And then include polling and include changelog, and you can click on generate script. Okay, when you click on generate script, you got this one. You just copy this one. Okay, just copy this one, and then you can paste it in this step. Okay, so you can remove this and you can remove this entire thing. Okay, and then you can paste it here. Okay, that's it. So what will happen with this step? um, Jenkins Git will be automatically checking out. Let's save this one. Now let me build. Okay, if you see here, previously we just got git checkout, right? If you see here, cloning the repositories, git version, git checkout, and then it is done. So if you see here, currently now git is checked out. If you come to workspace and then click on this one, so you are able to see all the files. So all these files, like Jenkins file 123. So all these things are from here. See, Jenkins file 123, mvnw. So all files have been copied. So git is successfully installed. Okay, now let's come here. Now, for example, we have to install Maven. So in the previous class itself, we talked about these things. So whatever task you have to do, first thing you have to come to manage Jenkins. Okay. So now what you have to do? Now you have to install Maven. Okay. If you want to install Maven, come here, and then actually I have already installed the, so you will not be so you come to, normally you go to available plugins. Here I am just showing because I have already installed it. Okay, just click on Maven. Okay, if you see here, we have all these plugins. Okay, main plugin which you have to install is this one, Maven integration plugin. When you configure this one, the plugin will be automatically installed. Okay, once that is done, you have to come to tools. Okay, just click on this one, and then if you come down, you will have something called Maven. Okay, so we will have something called Maven. Okay, just click on Maven installations, and then you can give any name. Here I have given as Maven 3 because it is like version Apache Maven 3 version. You can give whatever name you want. You can give it as Maven or whatever it is, and then click on install automatically. So what it will do, it will install the tool. Okay, tool of Maven, and then save. Okay, once that is done, no need of configuring systems because it is not a server. So once this is done, you can come here. So go to Jenkins job again. Okay, this is the demo job, and then you can click on configure. Okay, now we have configured this one, and then in case if we are configuring any tools. Okay, because if you see here, let me come here, manage Jenkins. This is tools, right? Correct, right? This is tools. So what we have to do, we have to define the tools. Okay, um, we have to define the tools. We have to give open brace, close brace, and then guys, one more thing. Java Jenkins is a Java based application. Okay, and then Maven is a Java build tool. So what we have to do, we have to install Java first, right? So if you come here, we have something called JDK. JDK is nothing but Java development kit. Okay, so if you click here, we have configured. I have given the name as JDK 17, but whatever name you want, you can give. Why I have given JDK 17? Because I have selected version as JDK 17.0. Okay, so if you see here, okay, let me click this one. So if you click on this one, we have something called Adaptium. Okay, if you click here, you will get multiple versions of Java. Okay, whichever you want, you can select. So you have different versions, whichever you want, you can select. So I have selected version 17. Okay, and then I will click on save. Now what happened? Now we have configured that in tools, right? So I have given it as tools, and then open brace, close brace. Okay, so inside tools, I have to give it as first I have to define JDK. Okay, JDK. Okay, and then what is the name of the JDK I have given? JDK 17. So I've given the name as JDK 17. Okay, just copy that one and then you can paste it here. Okay, this is done. And then another tool which we have configured is Maven, right? Maven. And then what is the name I have given for that tool? If you come here, Maven, I've given the name as Maven 3. Okay, just copy that one. Okay, you have to give it in quotes. Okay, so again it is Maven 3. Okay, this is done. So once this is done, then we can configure Maven. Okay, how to configure? So let's in Maven, if you have seen the lifecycle, we have like multiple life cycles, right? So we will have like compile, test, package, everything. So first step, let's compile. Okay, so to compile, what we have to do? We have given the name as Maven compile. Okay, and then here echo is whatever we have given, it will come. But we already know the Maven commands, right? So what we have to give? So all these commands we have to run in. Normally, if we run these Maven commands in Ubuntu, we will directly run Maven compile, build, Maven clean, like that. So because why? Ubuntu is a Linux machine. So Linux machines work with shell scripting. So we have to give sh. Okay. Then I will give double quotes, and then what is the command for compile? Mvn compile. Okay, understood, right? Um, so we can again configure one more. Okay, now, okay, let it be like this. I will save my 3 compile. Okay, okay, it is fine. Save. Now let's build now. If you see here, Maven compile. Okay, it is scanning for the projects, and then it is compiling. So compiler 3.8.1 it is used, and then build is success. So it has successfully compiled. Okay, now what we can do? Now let's try to build. Okay, now let's go to demo, configure, and then we can give the name as Maven build. Maven build, and then what should be the command for Maven commands? It is shell scripting, right? Sh, and then we have to do mvn. We have like different steps, like we can do Maven compile, Maven package, Maven build. So whichever command you give, it will build. So let's give package. So it will build and then it will package. Okay, so sh Maven package, that's it. Save and then build. So if we come to console output, so it is packaging. See, if you see, Maven package is started. So it is a Spring application. So it is successful. Okay, so now let's come here, and then let's go to this job workspace. So normally at which location these packages will be saved? It will be saved in target. Okay, in target you will be able to see the jar file. If you see here, jar file is created. This is the build package, right? So if you see here, the package is already configured. Like this, we have to install different things for different tools. So what is the main thing? The main thing is, first you have to analyze like how many tools. Okay, like for example, we have used Git Maven, and then we have used SonarQube. We have used SonarQube, and then we have used Docker, and then so for now we have used this many. Okay, so when you write the stages, stage stage Git inside stages. Okay, okay, so even this it will open and then it will close. So similarly we will have multiple stages, and then what we have to do when you do when you start installing, first you have to come to plugins. Okay, you have to install plugins. So once plugins are installed, then you have to install those plugins in the tool section. For example, in case if we have some SonarQube server, then actually we have to configure it in system because it is a server, right? Maven is a tool can be configured in tools, but SonarQube is a server, so those things should be configured in server section. If you come here, so all the tools like SonarQube as Sonar scanner, that is scanner, that you can configure in tools, but so we have to configure the servers in system. If you come down, see, if you see here, even Jenkins is a server, so it has the IP addresses and it is configured. So similarly, you have SonarQube. Okay, SonarQube also running on the same machine, so you given the same machine and it works on the default port of 9000. Okay, by default it is localhost 9000. Here you have the IP, so you given the IP address and save. So all the servers should be configured on system, and tools that should be configured on tools. Okay, and then we will have the stages like this, and based on these stages you have to execute different things. Okay, and then going forward, in case if you are to install any tool, you can simply use Docker to install them, because in case if you have to install something in, for example, if you have to install Jenkins, for installing that you may take lots of time, but with Docker it is very simple. Just you can go to that particular instance, and then you can directly do Docker run -d, and then you can give -p port numbers, and then you can give the image name, so that automatically that particular application will be up and running. Okay, so that you can use the same thing, and then you can run multiple applications. So for example, let's come here, connect, connect. So in case if I have to install SonarQube, let's see. So I have the SonarQube running. Okay, now let me stop this one. Docker okay, Docker rm ac. Okay, now let me check Docker ps. So I don't have any images. Okay, now I need SonarQube for testing. Okay, how I can build SonarQube? Just go to Docker hub SonarQube. Okay, just enter. So you will have this image. Okay, so how to use that one? You can come here. See, they have given Docker run, and then directly you can give SonarQube. Okay, so how we can do this one? Let's see. Okay, so Docker run -d -p. What is the default port number for SonarQube? It is 9000. Okay, this 9000 is for host machine, and then we have to give another 9000. This is for the container. Okay, and then -name Sonar, and then we can give SonarQube. Okay, so when we give just SonarQube without any tag, it will take the latest one. Okay, now enter. So it is pulling the latest SonarQube. Okay, it is pulling the image. Okay, it is now let's do Docker PS. So we have the SonarQube up and running. So how we can access this one? We can access with the IP address of this EC2 instance. So this is the IP address. Okay, copy and then paste it here. Then 9000. Okay, enter. It is up and running. See, within just 2 minutes I was able to get SonarQube up and running. So in case if you have to install it manually, then so you have to go to this official site. Okay, and then you have to come to this installation. Where is this one? Downloads. Download SonarQube. So you will come to this section and then you will copy the link address, and then what you will do, you will do wget and then paste the id. So this package will download. Once this package is downloaded, you have to unzip it, then you have to install unzip software, then one you will do unzip and then SonarQube, then you will go into the bin folder, and inside bin folder we will have something called Sonar, and then you have to do Sonar and then console. Then what will happen, then the Sonar will be up and running. But what we did here, we just ran one command. What command we ran? We just ran docker run -d, and then we have given the port number, hyphen name, and then name of that application, and then image name. That's it. Within like 10 seconds, within 10 seconds it is up and running. Okay, so we are able to access it as well. So how to access this one? So default port number is, default username password is admin. Okay, just click on login, and then it is asking for the password change. Admin admin1. Okay, 12 characters. Oh, they have changed. Okay, let me give. Okay, so it is up and running. So here you can create any project, create a local project, and then you can give it a name, whatever it is, and then you can play around.